Hey guys, this girl got game. Welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon, where we are doing Fritz's root. Sorry. It's like another personality keeps taking over my body. Never mind. So, we're here to do Fritz's root. I'm gonna stop now, I promise. So I thought we would go back to where we first meet him in the game, because that's been ages ago now, and I have forgotten a lot about poor sweet Fritz. Aside from the one time he died, and so forth, so let's do that, shall we? Why the sour face so early in the morning, princess? Hello, you have beautiful eyeballs. Let me guess. It's the king, the queen, or Princess Emmeline. Or is it all of them? I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early? I'm running some errands for my father. Fitzgerald Aidan Leverton, son of the highest knight of the Order of Caldera. His father, Sir Alcaster, has served the royal family for many years. Sir Alcaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room, then. Thank you. Princess. Yes? You know, I haven't seen you smile once since I met you. Why is that of any importance? Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess. Well, I won't take up more of your time. I'll see you at 10. 10? Don't tell me you've forgotten. Forgotten what? You're going to town today, remember? I deflate as the realization dawns upon me. It's been 2 days since the king issued the order. Lucette, I would like you to accompany Emmeline on one of her town outings. Surely you could send maids with her instead. I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with her maids. I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister. Stepsister. She is your sister, and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of your blood. 2 days from now, you are going to accompany Emmeline outside. It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then, you have locked yourself away. You barely leave your room. Angielle was in the grip of war back then, but now the kingdom is safe and back to its former glory. I want you to see how beautiful Angielle really is. Lucette, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Emmeline, and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows. Is that an order? If it needs to be. Are we clear? Lucette. Understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago, when the king took me with him to check on the people after the Great War had ended. I shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I am safe here. Princess, are you all right? It won't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people. How can you be so sure? Times have changed. People change. That is precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end. Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that today. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later. Okay. So now we're back to normality. Or can we not? We're trying to. Okay. So we're gonna go left, like we normally do. See, if I hadn't done that, I would have forgotten that Fritz wants to see Lucette smile. I won't ask any questions this time. 3 good deeds is all I need. So this is how you truly feel, Rod? Somebody told me that if I threw the tray at Rumple, the scene would play out a little differently this time around. After I've done his route, I'll do it and skip and see if it does anything. Apparently not. Well, never mind then. Rumple. I think it suits him, my sweet doctor. Chevalier. Achoo! Okay, whom should I ask for help? Well, not Sweet Waltz, Hot Waltz. Karma's done. Rumple's done. Rod is done. I can break the curse on my own. I don't need anybody. Except for Fritz. Somehow. They offered to help, but that could have been because they felt pressured to. This curse is my problem and my burden. I will break it on my own. Perhaps doing my duties will be considered a good deed if I do them willingly. So if I sweep without the broom having to drag me around the room, I walk up to the broom. I cannot believe I'm about to do this. The floors aren't that dirty, but I heard a niece once say that there is no such thing as too clean. Do my eyes deceive me? Isn't it the magic? Definitely not. The enchantment I put on the broom hasn't activated yet. Does that mean the princess is actually... If you're going to stand around, could you not do so in the center of the room? I'm sweeping. There's no magic here. This is the most pathetic sweeping I've ever seen. She hasn't swept anything. She's just moved the dirt around the floor. It's in a perfectly even layer all over. That's pretty impressive. Well, she's, trying very hard. That should count. I can hear Delora and Anise talking about me in the corner of the room, but I make a point of ignoring their words. I set the broom back and wait. I do not know what signals the completion of a good deed, but I should know it when I see it. Will there be a flash of light? Will a piece of slipper appear in my hands or on my necklace? Whatever it is, it should have happened by now. You weren't expecting to have completed one of your deeds through sweeping, were you? Doing what's expected of you doesn't make you good. It just makes you normal. That's still a good thing. This is going to be harder than I expected. Anise, you're so kind. The floor! Whom should I ask for help today? No, I do not need any help. Do it myself. I head toward the dining area to get some water. The people sitting in the margin are talking and laughing with one another. Everyone is included. Everyone has someone to talk to. Is this what friendship is meant to look like? You're making a funny face, Lucette. Are you trying to comprehend the wonders of friendship? These people are all so friendly with one another, despite their differences. Doesn't it warm your frozen heart? Until you consider that they're doing it only because they want something. All of them want to break their curses. They're all here because they hope to find clues. They come to the margin simply to use other people for their own convenience. Is that goodness? Is this what I'm meant to do? There's a difference between using people and them offering to help you, Princess. There's a big, important difference. I don't understand. I didn't think you would. What you say is true, but it's not the whole truth. Everyone is here to break their curses, sure, but most are here for the camaraderie, too. The understanding. It's why they keep coming back. What do you see, Princess? People talking, eating together, laughing. Don't you see the happiness there? Being cursed is pretty terrible. You'd assume the curse would be constantly sobbing and bemoaning their bad luck, right? But there's none of that here. This is what being surrounded by good, kind people does. It can make a terrible situation bearable. It can make a person feel lighter. But what is goodness, then? Why are these people good when I am not? I cannot help but think about the looks they gave me when I arrived. Disdain, contempt, and anger. None of those emotions were good. Being good doesn't require you to be selfless or kind every moment of the day. Sure, these people want to break their curses, but for a time, for a meal, they can put what they want to the side and listen to someone else for a change. That in itself is selfless. Delora nudges me with her elbow. And that makes them good people. I look down into my mug, my mind swirling with considerations. The instant I look up, Delora has disappeared. We've actually teamed up with Delora this route, not Fritz. Delora's been the most helpful out of everybody so far, I would like just to say. So thank you, Delora. Alright, where's those beautiful yellow eyeballs? Reunion with our boy! I'm in town with Waltz because Parfait needed supplies for her potions and we were the only ones available to get them for her. I do not know why, but I feel on edge. Don't worry, Princess. I won't let anything bad happen to you. It's so weird looking at you being small again. Though you know, you wouldn't even have to be here if Lady Parfait hadn't placed so many orders. I do not understand why she has to get everything today. Surely she can just pick up the rest tomorrow. If she was more patient, I wouldn't have needed to go out at all today for such a bothersome chore. Lady Parfait has been receiving a lot of orders lately. She needs to keep up with the demands somehow. Let's make this quick. Of course. My eyes wander to the shop right in front of me. This should be the place. We're here again. Witch! You're the witch? I thought you would have had a face. You know, you'd think like another witch would be kind of important. But maybe not. How can I help? Oh, it's you. This is the witch who came into the marchand some time ago with mud on her shoes. Oh, her. What can I do for you two? We need all of the items on this list, please. Waltz holds out the list Parfait gave him. The witch surveys the list and gives a thoughtful nod. I'll collect these for you right away. It'll only be a few moments. The witch disappears into our back room. I fold my arms as we wait, my thoughts drifting. We'll be finished before you know it, Princess. Well, look who it is. Hello again, little girl. And it seems like you're here again with your little friend. These are the men that tried to rob me back when I was on the streets. What the heck? Waltz quickly steps in front of me as if to shield me from the men. Can he even protect me? She cleans up all right, doesn't she? Almost didn't recognize her all neat. What do you want? Us. We don't want nothing. But we heard there's someone who wants you. And they're willing to pay more money than we could have ever gotten from you. The man reaches out to grab me, but Waltz slaps his hand away. The men's unwashed stench reaches my nose, and I try not to gag. Gosh, and they had the audacity to insult me? Go, Waltz. Don't touch her. Oi, what's this? The witch reappears at the door, and the men back off slightly when she appears. None of your business. I think it is. These people are my customers. Stay out of this, hag. Hag? I am slightly startled when the witch leans forward and whispers to us. Listen. You will start running, okay? You run as fast as you can and don't stop for anyone. You need to get back to the marchand. But... Don't you worry about me. I'll distract them for as long as I can, but you need to run. Go. Hey! Look alive, boys! This one itches! Waltz grabs my hand and pulls me with him as we run, not even turning back to look when we hear the shatter of glass. Thank you, hag, whoever you are. She is a witch. Why would she help us? Because she is a good witch, Princess. There's a lot more good witches than I was aware. I'm sure that she's only helping us because she wants to keep us indebted to her. Oh, Lucette, you're so broken again. We continue running against a current of people. I manage to keep up with Waltz for a time, but it is not long before my hand slips out of his and I'm lost to the crowd. Oh no! The minute I am separated from Waltz, I stop. Panic begins to well up inside of me. Waltz! I frantically look around at the crowds, trying to find him, but I fail. I need to get back to the Marchen. Slowly, it dawns on me that I am in a part of town that I do not recognize. I do not know my way around this area. I knew leaving the Marchen was a bad idea. When I see Parfait again, I will give her a piece of my mind, after I hug her because she's alive again. I found her. Ugh, you gotta be kidding me. I immediately turn on my heels and run as fast as I can. I'm so panicked I cannot see what is in front of me. I do not notice the man in front of me until I crash into him. Please be Fritz. I prepare to fall, but the man has braced himself just before I crash into him. We both somehow manage to remain upright. Excuse me, Princess. This voice. I look up in shock. Fritz? It really is you. Princess, How does he remember who I am? There she is. I have no time to think about this now. Who? I grab his arm and pull him with me into a run. At least he's got a sword. Why are we running? Somehow he is barely out of breath, despite how long we have been running. It sends a sliver of irritation through me. I think those men want to sell me. What? I shake my head as I try to tug him forward again. However, Fritz does not budge. Princess, this is very irritating. We must keep moving. I see her. Oh no. Princess. Wait, Fritz is a knight. I trust you can manage these two fools. With one hand behind my back. With a nod and a confident smile, he turns to face the oncoming men. He moves to stand in front of me, effectively shielding me with his body. Ooh, with his body. 2 on 1. I don't like your chances, boy. We've got no business with you. We just want the girl. Really, you're gonna see a knight of Caldera with this awesome sword. You guys are got, like, nothing. What you gonna do? Run on home. She'll be more trouble than this is worth. You'll have to get through me first. Ha! And how are you going to stop us? With this. Yeah! His arm looks so small, though. Like, it looks just kind of squish. It just looks, I don't know, the angle looks kind of funny. Tell me I'm not the only one who thinks that the angle looks kind of funny. Fritz brandishes his sword and smiles at them. Fritz is second only to his father, Sir Alcaster, in his ability with the sword. His skill is obvious just in the way he holds his blade. Waving around a sword isn't going to scare us away this time. Ha ha. The girl is worth enough gold to sort out any scratches we might get. Any closer and I'll do more than scratch you. Get him! The fight is over as quickly as it starts. I cannot keep up with Fritz's movements at first, but when I am able to focus on him again, the two men are completely immobilized. One is sprawled on the ground with Fritz's foot firmly planted on his back. The other is collapsed against the wall of the alleyway with the tip of Fritz's sword pressed against his neck. You wanted to question them. Fritz is completely unscathed. I turn to look at the men again against the wall, thinking he might be more capable of speech at this time. Who is going to pay you? I'd answer her. Ugh. I watch as Fritz presses his sword against the man's neck, enough to draw a gasp out of him. It was a witch. A witch? Waltz insisted the witch we met was good, but this is just further proof that witches will always be inherently wicked. It was a witch, I swear. We got a note with your picture. Then it burned to pieces right before our eyes once we'd read it. What did the note say? Just to get you to the witch in one piece. That payment would come when that happened. How much was the payment? Answer me. 1,000 gold pieces. A whole 1,000. 1,000 gold pieces would be enough to feed a family for years. Princess. Not just anyone would have that kind of wealth. They would have to be nobility, royalty even. Are witches disguising themselves as members of the aristocracy? Aristocracy? Members of the aristocracy now? Let's do that again. Are witches disguising themselves as members of the aristocracy now? Princess. Yes? What do you want to do with these two? I look at the men and feel something icy run through my veins. These men were going to abduct me. There is no telling what they would have done to me if they had caught me.
Please, don't beg. What would your son say if he heard you?
He has a family. That does not matter. Even if I had mentioned my family, it would not have made a difference. Wait. What did you do to her?
Do to who?
The woman at the shop. What did you do to her?
Nothing that can't be fixed.
Did you hurt her? When neither of the men answer me, I frown. I do not know why that witch was trying to save me, but she did try. These men cannot get away with doing whatever they wish. Answer me. What did you do to her?
Nothing that won't heal.
The anger that was nothing but a small flame burns full force in my chest. They do not deserve mercy. Oh, but Lucette, no. I'm sorry. I'm sparing them. They're desperate for money. It's not against you personally. They deserve to be punished. But these men were nothing but puppets to some other master. Punishing them is a waste of time. It is an additional burden that I do not care to shoulder. I feel like I need to sneeze. Oh no. Woo! Wow! Wow! I should have just sneezed on the... that was their punishment. I sneezed right in their faces. Bye!
Princess.
Promise not to come after me ever again. Swear it.
I swear. I swear on my life you'll never see me again. I swear it as well.
Let them go.
As you wish.
I gotta appeal to the Fritz inside Varg. It's the only way. Fritz and I leave the men behind in the alleyway. I sigh in relief when the scenery around me becomes more familiar. From here I can probably find my way back to the Marchen. Fritz is so unusually quiet that I barely notice him as I become wrapped up in my thoughts. What does a witch want with me? As far as I know, I've never done anything to a witch.
Princess.
I am startled when Fritz talks. Yes?
You let those men go.
Hey, there we go, there we go.
I wasn't expecting you to... You showed them mercy when not everyone would have.
Mercy? Is that what it was? I think Fritz just has more faith in my morality. I did not spare those men to save them. I spared them to avoid the consequences. It was difficult.
The most meaningful shows of mercy often are, but...
Why is he smiling at me like that? I noticed Fritz fidgeting. How do you say that quickly? I noticed Fritz... Oh gosh. Fritz fidgeting. It is a sure sign that he has something else he wants to say. What is it?
Where have you been, Princess? One day you just suddenly disappeared. No one in the palace seems to remember you at all. Why am I the only person who can remember you?
Could Fritz be... Are you cursed, Fritz? Fritz looks shocked.
Are you talking about the Fairytale Curse?
Yes.
No, of course I'm not. What makes you think that I am?
If he is not cursed, how else could he know who I am? Are you a witch or a fairy? Fritz stares at me as if I've grown another head.
I don't understand why you're asking me this, Princess. I am definitely human.
Could it be that he is somehow unaware of the conditions of his curse? I must speak with Deloras and Parfait about this.
Princess, what is going on? Princess!
I need to get to the Marchen as quickly as possible so I can speak to Parfait and Deloras about what Fritz's curse might be. Waltz is probably looking for me as well. Then abruptly, Fritz puts himself in front of me, blocking my path. What are you doing?
I could ask you the same thing. Where are you going?
I am returning to the Marchen.
The Marchen?
It's a tavern for the cursed. I've been living there.
Princess, are you saying that you've been cursed?
Oh, I forgot that I haven't told him yet. Sorry.
Princess, I need answers. Please.
I suppose you will not let me leave without an explanation.
Not after you suddenly disappeared like that.
Very well. Delora and Parfait will have to wait. Let's go get a tea.
Where are we?
I love this color on the walls. Wow, take a look at this. Fritz is convinced the only place I will be safe is his house, and I'm not in the mood to argue with him. You got a nice house? I look around the modest living room. I did not realize that you had lodging outside of your room in the palace.
I grew up here. I was older than usual when I started training to be a knight, so I spent a lot of time in this house.
He walks over and hands me a mug of tea. The comforting scent of it and the realization that he has made it precisely as I prefer it makes something loosen inside of me. Aww. Fritz sits opposite me, his eyes bright and focused.
Start at the beginning. Please, Princess, I need to know in order to put my mind at ease.
One night I was in the palace, and then the next morning I was on the street dressed in rags. I tell him about no one remembering who I am, and about my first encounter with the men that Fritz fought in the alleyway. I tell him how I was saved by those at the Marchen. Yet I say nothing about Delora or Parfait, and I deliberately leave the identities of the Marchen boarders anonymous. I'm not sure why exactly, but I feel suspicion tugging insistently at me. How is it possible for someone to be unaware of their curse? Rumpel has amnesia, and even he knows he is cursed. True. Fritz said that he is human. I can trust him, right? I close my eyes and will the impending headache away. Maybe Mother was right. Maybe it is impossible to trust anyone, including my knight.
And what is your curse? Princess?
Can I still trust you, Fritz? What a face. Fritz does not even bother trying to mask his shock. There is sadness in his eyes.
When have I ever betrayed you, Your Highness?
Fritz has been loyal to me ever since he was assigned to me. But every person I've trusted has turned on me apart from Mother. Even my beloved doll betrayed me. How can I be sure that Fritz will not do the same?
I swore on my life that I would protect you, Princess. I would never lie to you, or do anything that would put you in harm's way.
Cinderella. I have to complete 3 good deeds to break it.
Cinderella? Are you sure? That fairy tale is about...
It's been reversed in my case.
Oh, that makes sense. What will you do now?
Return to the Marchen. I must break my curse.
I can't allow that, unless I stay at the Marchen with you.
What? Why?
I have been wondering where you were this whole time, Princess, trying to find you. And now that I've found you, I must resume my duties. I need to protect you, and I want to make sure you are safe by staying with you.
You are no longer my knight, Fritz. You work for Emmeline now, don't you?
I am not her personal knight. I work in shifts with her other guards, so I'm not expected to stay the whole day. Besides that, I am your knight, and I intend to fulfill that role until you no longer need my services. I failed to protect you from being cursed. Let me protect you this time, Princess.
Fritz is very capable. No doubt he will be able to protect me better than anyone else at the Marchen. Karma. And who knows how many people received the witch's note? The witch wouldn't even need to enter the Marchen herself so long as she has others there to capture me. No matter where I am not safe, especially when I have no idea who I can trust.
Stay here. Stay with me. I'll be able to be with you. I can keep you safe. It won't be for long, just until I can get you back into the palace where you belong.
And how will you do that? Nobody apart from the curse, the witches, and the fairies remember that I am the crown princess.
I still remember you.
You must be cursed as well, Fritz. There is no other explanation.
I would think I'd remember if I'd been cursed, Princess.
I would be inclined to agree. Even Rumpel, who'd forgotten everything else, remembered that he'd been cursed. But then what could Fritz's fairy tale be?